Hello everyone, my name is Michelle and I'm the owner of Design by Mish, a handcraft e-commerce business that I've started out of my home, where we focus on making things mostly cat related for stickers, sticker sheets, vinyl decals, cups, mugs, and the like. We also do coasters and car coasters, or at least we have started to. This is my first video for my channel, and bear with me as I stumble through this, as I am not a seasoned YouTuber. So I did get an order in today, so go with me as I create the product and package it, and I will do a short video as well, doing a packing video that I'll be posting to my different social media accounts. So thank you for joining me on this crazy journey, and I hope you stick around, subscribe, like, and encourage me to keep going. Thank you. So first off, I did get some orders in for a Siberian cat sticker. This is one of these kawaii chibi manga type stickers that I create. This one is one when I was experimenting, and it's a holographic sticker, but that is not what the customer ordered. It's actually not what I have on my shop, so I need to make some more of this type without the holographic, and I plan on surprising my customer by giving them this as an extra, only because, you know, I have all these stickers that I practice. They are good quality. I just hate for them to go to waste, so I'm going to surprise them. They have no idea this is coming in their package, and I hope they like it. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started with creating more stickers. So the sticker sheets I will be using today was actually recommended from several individuals online. I do follow quite a few YouTubers, just trying to get inspiration, trying to get a good idea of how to market, how to sell, what's interesting, and the different tools and products they use to make their items. Forgive my nails, I get them filled this week. Sorry, but it's the only way I can grow out nails. I'm sure a lot of you can appreciate that. I needed to find a way to grow out my nails because when I stress, I pick at them. So forgive that. They will get refilled this week and they won't look so bad for the next video. So the vinyl sticker paper I'll be using for the stickers I'll be making for my order is the Joyeza Premium Matte, 8.5 by 11 inches. Just to show everyone, this has been really great quality. I like how well it absorbs the ink, and it dries very quickly. It says it dries within 30 seconds. I can attest it does dry that fast, if not faster. So we'll be using a few of these, and since I am out of this particular item, I will make actually several of these particular sticker, so that way I can have some more in my inventory. So we'll go ahead and pull out some stickers, and I am not one of those who tend to make everything look pretty and nice. If I'm a hot mess, I will show you I'm a hot mess. I think that's really the only way to be honest and to give an accurate representation of what it takes to run a small business. I do have a normal 9-to-5 job, so I do clock in somewhere, do that work, and then clock out from that job, and then I focus on this. I am also a mother of 2 children, 2 teenagers actually, and if anybody understands what that entails, thank you. And they are both AU-ADD, which means they're on the spectrum and they have ADD. So my life tends to be a little chaotic. There's a lot of managing, there's a lot of working with them, and so I'm juggling a lot of balls. But that's okay. This allows me to be creative. This allows me to explore a different side of me, because the job I do from 9 to 5 is a technical job. And there's not a lot of opportunities to show your creative flair. And so this allows me to, and it allows me to create something that I hope brings joy. We are also a very big cat family. We currently have 2. They're both tabbies. And so that is my inspiration. We have big cat lovers. Gosh, I can't think of a time when we didn't love cats, and my children feel the same way. My husband feels the same way. He's not a dog lover, he's a cat lover. And so that was the inspiration for my stickers. And I do some that are realistic, so different variations of this particular one is, you know, I have a regular one that kind of watercolor themed where it's just an individual, and then I have a cute one where it's a mom and a cat and a kitten. So I actually started with the mom and the kittens because I'm a mom and I was having a moment of motherly affection. So I thought, wouldn't everyone like to have a mom and kitten, a cat and kitten sticker? And so that was my first one. Then I went to the chibi, the kawaii stickers, because they're cute. Come on, everyone. And then I realized, well, maybe not everyone wants a cat and kitten sticker, so let me do a simple watercolor. And they're a little bit different. I made them at different times. And so these are the variations. But the one that was ordered was this one. So I'll go ahead. But that's an idea of the things I made. This is the first iteration of things I did, which was stickers. And then I moved into cups, glasses, coasters, car coasters, and then the very last thing I've gotten into, sticker sheets. So I've actually got my Halloween sticker sheets out and ready. Aren't they cute? I do love Halloween. It's one of my favorite seasons, that and Christmas. So wait until you see what I come up for Christmas. But with that said, I'll go ahead and put those back up there because I need to work on doing some product photos for those and showcasing them. So I'll get on to making these. So we'll go ahead and make sure I have it on the right side. So this is the bottom. You can tell because of the sheen or not sheen. It just looks a little different. I know it's hard to tell on camera, but this is the side that we'll be printing on. It just looks slightly different, lighter, whiter. And so I'll put those in my printer, and I'm going to do a few sticker sheets with this. The machines I use is an Epson 4850. And then I have a Cricut. It's the first machine I've got. It's my only cutting machine. It's, you know, that's the first one I heard of. That's the only reason I do Cricut. And now that that's what I've learned on and worked with, it's kind of my go-to. I do know a lot of people are very loyal about the machines they use. I'm sticking with a Cricut because that's what I learned on. So give me just a moment. One of the things you do need to be careful about, and I'm just gonna, is that these sheets do tend to start to roll, and if they do so, your printer will not pull it through. It will only pull the middle. It won't pull these in, and then you get a message about paper jams or that you're out of paper. So make sure your paper is as flat as possible. It is pushed in correctly. And then I use Cricut Design Space. So I'll go ahead and show y'all. Okay, ignore my mess. I do have a mess. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but this is how I'm doing it. So I'm actually going to go back. I am going to start a new project because I want to do several of the sticker. I should actually already have it in here, so I'm going to go look for it. Yes. My cute little kitty is in here somewhere. I have a lot of items that I've worked with. Don't mind me. I've been very creative. Let's see. Where are you, my little Siberian? There you are. So we're going to add that to the canvas. Head on over. Ooh, he's very big. I make mine at least 3 inches in height, and then I allow it to make a decision about the rest. I make sure, because I pay for Cricut, the higher Cricut, I just forgot what the name was. I do have it where I can make it a sticker. It makes my life easier, and then I'm just going to duplicate it multiple times and create multiple sheets. So I tend to do this. Let's see if I can add any more stickers. Alright, so it looks like I can only do 6 a page. I'm going to get rid of one. I just like it nice and neat. Everybody has their own process. Absolutely fine. This is mine. So I have 6 stickers per sheet. I'm going to do 3 sheets. That's what I've loaded into my printer. I'm sure everybody knows how to do this, but just in case you don't, I take off a bleed. I don't need a bleed for this print. For the best quality, I have found that you do your system dialog. Don't just print from the Cricut print setup. And I actually have a special setup so that way I can get the best colorization on my stickers. And I will hit OK. And then I'm going to do 3 sheets. And then I'm going to hit print. So let's take a look as they come out. So now let's take a look at the quality. It's not quite what I was looking for. Remember, this is somewhat the photo online. Photo online has more gray tones. So I'm going to redo these stickers. And this is part of the business, is looking at the product you're making, make sure it looks good. If it doesn't, then you redo it. So let me work on fixing the colorization of my stickers, and I'll be right back. And I like this color a little bit more. I'm not sure if you can tell in the video, but this one is still a little more muted than I like. And then these are a little too vibrant. So it almost makes, in my opinion, the cat look like it has a beard. So I won't trash these because they're still good stickers. I'll go ahead and laminate them. And these might be my imperfect stickers that I sometimes give out as extras. And same for this one. Like I said, it's just a little bit duller than I would like to provide to my customer, whereas this one is much closer to the quality or the image I have on my shop. And you know, don't worry about these lines, my Cricut will cut it out. I just like the way these look a lot better. The cheeks are a bit more rosy, you can see some of the color variations a little bit better. So I'm going to stick with this one, and I feel it's closer to my holographic sticker. So what I'll be using now for my lamination, so I can make these waterproof, will be my vinyl sticker paper. This is Tech Wrap matte. It's just to give it a better quality. You know, make sure this is vinyl sticker paper, so it already is water resistant. but this is just me making sure that the quality of my stickers is up to what I would expect if I were to buy them. So let's see, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I have 6 of those. I'll go ahead and close this up. And I'll probably do a little bit of fast forwarding, as I'm sure all of you don't want to watch me cut these to fit to this and then print them out. And if you are someone who watches these types of videos already, you already know the process. But just a quick recap, I will be cutting these to fit within the inside of my line so my Cricut can read these lines clearly and have no problem printing out. I will be using a cutter to cut it. Then I actually have a roller because I'm horrible about hand laminating. There are some people who are wonderful at it. God bless them. I am horrible. I always get bubbles. So I bought myself this handy little tool, and it just lets me roll it through, put the laminate and the sticker through it, cut the edging, and then roll it through. No bubbles, no mess, and I waste a lot less product that way. So I will fast forward through this part. You can watch me do that, but you don't have to watch the painstaking second by second of me doing this. All right, so thank you, everyone. So I'm back. Thank you if you lasted watching me cut all of those stickers. One of the other things I thought I'd point out that I found as a helpful recommendation when it comes to your sheets is to actually put some sort of item on the front of the sheet before you peel this off. I use some of my imperfect stickers that I have, and I put this on the front here. So that way I always knew how to lay it back on. and then that way I can go and put them away. So if you've lasted this long, we'll go ahead and do the packing. So I did get an order in. I have covered for anonymity's sake. And I'm going to put together, these are my packing and my gift and my little card. If you look at my card, it does have my information, website, my Etsy website, and then thank you for your patronage on the back. And this is what I put my stickers in. And then this is what I pack them in. So let's put it together. So these are one of the stickers that I felt was the best and looked the best. And then as a thank you, I'm also going to put in one of the holographic as a surprise. They did not order this. It was one of my practice stickers. It's in good quality. I don't have an issue with it. But I'm not selling holographic. I just wanted to see what it would look like. So I'm going to include that as a surprise for my customer. I put them in the package. Close it up. And I don't know about everyone else, but I have a thing about, once again, perfection and making it look just perfect. So bear with me. And there's that. And then because it's a sticker, I use these. Put this on top. Slide it into the package. Close it up. And I know a lot of people just smack it down. I need it to look good. And there we go. All done. So I'll send this out into the mail tomorrow for my customer and then send the notification. This did come through my Etsy shop. I do have a website as well, designsbymish.com. But I also have, as I said, an Etsy shop. And this particular order came in from Etsy. So I will be sending that out tomorrow and hopefully my customer will like it. So Jane, if you're watching, thank you so much for your order. It will be coming out soon. So finally, one thing I wanted to kind of show, and I wanted to do it online, was an opening of a package that I'm very excited. So as I've said previously in this video, that we also do glass cans. Let me try that again. We do beer can glasses and mugs. So one of the things I have difficulty with, and here's one of my designs, is I've ordered UV DTFs. I feel, you know, it gave the better quality. It goes on really well. Because I run in a UDT household, I'm very aware of sensory. And I noticed that with the UV DTF, they lie very flat. And even with these corners that on regular vinyl, if I were to do this as a vinyl wrap, you would feel it. It would be raised, it would be pointy, and I'm very aware of that. So the UV DTF doesn't have any of that. It lies very flat. Even what we would consider sharp corners feels very rounded. It doesn't give any problems. And so, keeping in mind for sensory, I ordered UV DTFs. With that said, I am horrible at placement. I can't tell you how many of these I have gone through where I've created a bubble or didn't lay down flat or a crease, and it's very frustrating. UV DTF sheets, while not as pricey as they were when they first came out, for a small business that's slowly getting off the ground, it still can be a little bit costly. So I saw this online, and yes, I do TikTok. I will admit this fully and freely. I love my TikTok. And I thought this would be a great solution to my problem. So I ordered this from a company called Kel-Bel Custom. And this is the package. And it says Happy Mail from Idaho. So I don't think I realized it was coming all the way from Idaho. But it did. So we're going to open up the package. And I guess if I was smart, now I'm smarter. I would cover my information. Not that you can't find it if you do go online. Okay, so Cowbell Custom. Let's pull this out. So I ordered three items. So let's take a look. So I'm pulling everything out and let's take a look. Okay. So we have the regular packaging, so I'll take that and put that to the side. Let's see what came with my order. Cowbell Custom. Okay, a beautiful card. Love the way that looks. Very beautiful. Purple is my children's favorite color. I'm partial to it though. Blue is definitely my color. I don't know what would give anyone that indication. Blue. But taking a look, okay. Oh, here we go. Thank you for shopping. Cowbell Custom. Website, information. They even provide a tutorial. Very nice card. Definitely cardstock. Maybe a lamination on it. I'm not sure, but it's beautifully done, and I love the flowers. So let's take a look at this. This is my order form, which I will not show you because privacy. Now let's see what's in here. Oh, great. Okay, so I think they 3D print these, which is absolutely fine. I think that's fabulous. Good on you. So, okay, so this is the stand. So what this is a tumbler or glass cup holder. And the idea for me is angles. I have difficulty. So I have tried it to where, and I will show you, I have done it flat. I've done it, and let me go get a cup and I can show you my problem. Okay, so here's one of my cups. Okay, and we're going to clean it. If you don't know, you should know. Always clean your glasses before you apply your UV DTF. It's very, very important. Make sure you get all the oils off. Anything that might cause a problem with it adhering. So, as I was saying, I have tried it flat. Not so great. I just, something about the angle, I can never get this to line up right. I have problems. I have tried it slightly tilted. Once again, I just don't get it to line up right. And I'm sure let me put this more on the camera. And I'm sure there are people or individuals out there that are experts. I've seen them. There's a few people I follow online, on YouTube. Noelle Creates is one. Annie, I will remember her name, and I will put the link in my information down below. But I actually did start off watching Noelle Creates. She does UV DTF, glass can mugs, beer can glasses, as well as someone else I follow, which is Our Cheery Corner, but they don't do these. And they actually do stickers, keychains, and punch needle. You're interested in punch needle, by all means, I really recommend going to check out Our Cheery Corner. She's got some beautiful items. She actually inspired me to try my hand at a few of them, and I am no Cheery Corner. But that's okay. It's for fun. So anyway, so I've tried it like this. Once again, this angle isn't quite good for me. I've tried it flat. Definitely not good. I've tried standing up. Doesn't work for me. So I wanted to try one of these. And what I like about this, and I hope it works out for me, is that I can choose how much of an angle I have, which is very exciting. And, you know, it also helps if you place this right. The other thing I like is they have these rulers. And these rulers are made so that way they go around See, they fit to the curve of the glass. And they had two different types, two different sizes, which works out perfectly for me. And they actually have different sizes of the stand as well. I went with this one because most of what I have in my products are these beer can glasses. But she did have taller ones. I assume she, apologies, where they were higher for the bigger glasses, for the bigger tumblers. So for your 32-ounce tumblers with the handles, if you go check out their website, kalebellcustom.com, should be able to see that, where they have the larger ones and they give an example. This is not sponsored. I just found this online and I thought this was very exciting, so I thought I would share it with y'all. So I got the two rulers. I got this stand, which allows me to maneuver it. And this is supposed to work with mugs, which I do as well, and these cans and tumblers. In fact, I think the main thing that they were promoting it for was tumblers, but I was very excited that I could possibly use it for my beer can glasses. And then this other item is I do keychains, and I'll be working on making my own resin keychains. I've been practicing. So keep an eye out for those. I'll be doing my cat imagery, as well as I've got some sarcastic stickers, sarcastic phrases that I have on my shop that I will probably be putting on keychains as well, because who doesn't love sarcasm in your day? And sometimes you just want to hold up a keychain that says everything you needed to say without any words coming from your mouth. But so this is supposed to hold your keychain, especially if you're doing resin. You have it suction on the top here, and then you are able to apply your resin. So it's a little bit higher, and for me, once again, for me, height is always a concern, and the way I can view things. And I like that this is maneuverable. You can tighten it, loosen it as you need to move it around and place it where you need. And like I said, these look like these are 3D printed, which once again, good for you, Kalebell Custom. I love that you were being creative. I'm glad that you were there to create something that I could use. I think the only thing I would like, and that's because I have eyesight issues and I might just do this myself, is just color in the gradations of the sizing on the side of the measurements, just so it's easier for me to see. That's my only comment about this, but you know, that's for me. I need that for me. I don't have the greatest eyesight, and I especially am notorious for not wearing my glasses. So that's probably something I will do, and I do have a paint marker, so I can probably fill these in and just make it easier for me to read those. So these are the items I ordered from Kalebell. And once again, go check out their website. This video is not sponsored by anyone. This is just me showing you what I have out there and what I was going to do. So, because I have such difficulty with this, one of the things I have found online and is recommended is to tape this down on one side. I recommend having your tape ready before you try to hold your cup, so you don't on video show that you're struggling. So I'm going to just do two just to be safe. I'll have those ready. So once again, I make sure I have this lined where I want it. I'm going to twist it, put this tape down just so I don't lose my, it'll hold it down. Taking a look, I definitely like the height on this. Make sure this is lined up. So one thing you always want to pay attention to when you're doing one of these is this bottom. So yes, it fits the size, but you've got a curve here. So I'm going to move that a little bit and come up, thinking about my curve, and I actually will probably cut off that edging if I can find my scissors. Let's get rid of that. And actually, let's not use my scissors. I'll use my roll. So one thing I did when I was setting up here is I actually got this very large self-healing cutting board. and I made that part of my desktop. So it's not attached, it lays flat, but you know, how many of us are really good about, oh, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to use my ruler and not cut off things I don't want to cut off. Oopsie. It also helps if I engage the cutter. So once again, we're going to go down, cut that off, do a better job next time. Ouch. Try not to cut yourself in the process. No blood. We're good. I don't know if I mentioned, I have an AUADD house, 2 teenagers, and one of them is walking around right now, so if I get distracted, I apologize. There's a child walking. Alright, so let's try this again, shall we? So once again, you don't want to have your edging here because you don't want it to curve. You want to make sure that lays flat up there. I tape it. And I'm no expert at this, so this could mess up. But if I mess up, I'm keeping it in the video because you deserve honesty about just how bad I am at this. And I messed up. So we won't work on this tonight. But the idea is, and if anybody has better things to help me with this, it got stuck on my finger, which means I lost part of my design. But somehow, some way, there has got to be a better way of doing this. So if anybody has some helpful tips out there, I've looked at the videos, they make it look so easy, and maybe I'm just being too cautious. I don't know. But if anyone's out there and wants to give me a helpful tip, that would be fabulous. And I might go ahead and finish this wrap later anyway and just make it one of my imperfects and give this as a discount. Even though you really can't tell that that came off, but I will know. So anyway, so this is what I've ordered. This is what I'm excited about. And let me know what you would like to see in the next video. Otherwise, I'll just do another studio vlog. I am working on some designs for Halloween, just to give you a preview before, as they just came on my shop. I did order these particular ones. I'm trying out a vendor, and I'm actually very excited about these. So these are a little bit thicker than the ones I make at home. Not the sticker themselves, but the backing. And they're also, like I said, they're matte as well. And these are my Halloween stickers. Taking a look. And then I also, so these are the different designs. And I'll be doing some social media pictures for YouTube, for TikTok here in a bit. But I also got, I am starting to make sticker sheets. Because not everyone just wants one sticker. I know there's teachers out there, kids. And so I'm packaging them up. They are on my site, and then I'll be working on actually bringing my manga stickers once I get them the way I like them. Make sure they're 1.5, do them on matte, but I will be working on that. And here's one prototype I was doing just so you can get an idea. These are too small. They ended up being 1 inch. I didn't pay attention, so I'll work on fixing that. So once again, imperfect, so I'm cutting these out, and I'll probably put them in some of my orders as I get them, just as freebies. But I'll be working on 3 different variations to include all of my chibi kawaii manga kitties. And I may even consider creating a sticker sheet with my sarcastic stickers. If you want to take a look at those, they're on the website, designsbymish.com, or my Etsy shop, so please take a look. And I think I will wrap up this video here. Finish this offline. Maybe I'll do a quick screenshot on my site just so you can see me finish this. But I am very excited to use these tools once I practice it a little bit. So thank you everyone for joining me, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.